oil companies moved to Mexico? Why do you think all the supply companies moved to Mexico? Because you can make a lot more money on a car in Mexico than you can in the United States. Donald Trump will end that on day one. We'll have cars manufactured in America, we'll have steel manufactured in America, and we'll have lots of jobs in this country. And we'll be growing at 3 and 4 and 5%. Not the ridiculous 1% under Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. The second thing he's going to do, he's going to change our foreign policy completely. It begins with the following. Do you know that we're at war? Well, if we don't know we're at war, they're at war with us. Radical Islamic terrorism has declared war against us. They've attacked us in the last year over and over again. We've had more attacks in the last year than we've had at any time since September 11th. And I believe a lot of that comes about because of the weakness of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Because of the terrible mistakes they made in pulling out of Iraq and removing Gaddafi from Libya, where they created another sanctuary for terrorists who want to come here and kill us. Well, Donald Trump will stand up to radical Islamic terrorism. He's going to build our army to 550,000 troops. He's going to build our Navy to 350 ships. He's going to increase the size of our Air Force. He's going to modernize our nuclear fleet. He's going to make us, once again, the kind of country nobody plays around with and nobody pushes around. Since Hillary Clinton reset the relationship with Russia and gave up the defense of Poland and the Czech Republic for nothing, Russia's been pushing us all around because Russia figured out we have a patsy. We have somebody who will give us something for nothing. She gave up the nuclear defense of two of our strongest allies, Poland and the Czech Republic, for nothing. You do that with a guy like Putin, he looks at it and he says, you're a sucker. I can push you all over the globe. And he has. Crimea, eastern part of the Ukraine. He's the big player in Syria now, not the United States. It's a shame. It's a shame. They don't know what they're doing. Donald Trump won't allow that to happen. Nobody pushes him around. Nobody out negotiates him. He's got the independents to straighten out Washington. We all know where Hillary Clinton really belongs, don't we? If you destroyed 33,000 emails, where would you be? You'd be in jail, right? If you lied to the FBI 39 times, she lied to the FBI, where would you be? That poor general, he told allegedly one lie to the FBI, and he's going to face 5 years in prison. She's trying to get 4 years in the White House. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the White House will get taken over by the Federal Bureau of Prisons and they'll surround it with something. It is a federal facility after all. But this election comes down to, we have a chance to elect somebody from the outside, not part of the corruption that you know is going on in Washington. The people at the core of that corruption for years have been the Clintons, from way back in Arkansas, right through selling the Lincoln bedroom and pardoning Mark Rich and pardoning the FLN, which is now coming out, how that was done in order to get her votes to run for the Senate. Pardoning terrorists to get Hillary Clinton votes to run for the Senate. What won't they do? Well, they fixed the debates against Bernie Sanders. She got the questions in advance. You know what happens in this school if you get the questions in advance to the exam. I know what happens at West Point if you get the questions in advance. You get thrown out. Well, CNN got her the questions in advance. No wonder we call it the Clinton News Network. Maybe the corrupt news network. The questions in advance? And that's supposed to be a debate for the American people? What will they stop at? Not only that, they paid thugs to create fights and riots at Trump rallies so they could go on television and say, oh, Trump is a bad influence on people. They were paying people to beat people up in order to create those incidents. I mean, that's worse than Watergate, isn't it? But they get away with it because they have the press in their pocket. They get away with it. That should be a scandal of dramatic proportions. And that's why Donald Trump believes it's a rigged election, because they have the press in their pocket. No matter what Hillary Clinton does, there's an excuse for it. Some of it violates federal laws I prosecuted over and over again as a prosecutor. False statements, conspiracy, bribery, in the case of selling 20% of our uranium to Russia. How could the Secretary of State have signed off on 20% of our uranium being sent to Russia? Well, you know why? Because the Clinton Foundation got millions and millions of dollars from the people who made money on that deal. That's a bribe. But she gets away with it. You get a chance, one chance, to fix it. Get a chance with Donald Trump. Whatever else anybody wants to say about Donald Trump, no one will say that anybody owns him, that anybody controls him, that his loyalty is one place and one place alone. It's to you, the people. That's who he owes it to. If he gets elected, he's not going to get elected because the media was very nice to him, right? He's not going to owe it to NBC and CBS and ABC and CNN and the Daily News and the New York Times and the Washington Post. He's not going to owe it to all those billionaires from Wall Street. He's not going to owe it to any of the foreign governments that have paid the Clintons hundreds of millions of dollars. He's going to owe his election to the place you're supposed to owe it, to the people of the United States. And that's who he will serve. So you make sure you get out and vote. This is an important state. We need your vote. We need your support so that we can have America back again, back in the hands of the people and out of the hands of the insiders. Thank you.